Yeah, so another drum lesson tutorial. Let's think about putting the bass drum on, well, this is a little bit busier, so it's bass, 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 snare, hat, bass, bass, snare, hat, bass, 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 snare, hat, can you hear me? Bass, I don't know, sorry. Bass, 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 snare, hat, bass, bass, snare, bass, bass, bass on the second, hat, snare, hat on its own, bass in between, hat with the bass, hat with the bass, hat with the snare, hat on its own, bass. Well, you don't have to play it fast, but you certainly have to play it step by step, bit by bit. So it's the same principle as the previous ones in the Quaver hats, Semiquaver and Quaver bass drums. So that's the 10th one. Hat with a bass, bass in between, hat with a bass, hat with a snare. And then we've got a hat on its own, hat in between the and the 3. And a hat with a bass on it, hat with a bass again, hat with snare, hat on its own. And if you play that slow and careful, it'll come together really well. Thanks for listening. My name is Castle. I teach drums here. That's my drum kit. That's my studio. We do live sessions, gigs, and all sorts of things. So if you ever need anything for rehearsing, recording, or lessons, do get in touch. Thank you.